Hi, today we're going to talk about a key automation in Notion which can help you create PDFs on automation from a Notion form. As you can see, I've got a contract extension form which is opened up in the background. So once the user fills in all the details in this particular form and they click on submit, the responses will go to the responses side in the database that we see over here. I already have created two responses from the particular form, and now I'm looking to create an automation system which can help me create PDF files whenever a new response gets created in the responses view. For this, I'll be using a tool known as PDFOutput, which will help me create PDF files on automation from Google Document with the help of a Notion database. It has the automation setup to create any documents at scale for reports, invoices, contracts, certificates, or even quotations. So you can use this automation to generate any documents that you are creating on a day-to-day basis, which you would like to automate. Click on Create PDF and simply sign in, and then we will understand how the automation will work and create a PDF file for you. So let me quickly log in and then I will showcase the entire automation process. Once you are logged in, you will be asked to add a Notion database. So we'll be required to add this particular database, which we'll be using for the automation steps. You need to connect the database with a document as well. So the document will serve as the template file, which will help us create the entire automation properly. Finally, we'll be mapping all the properties of the database onto the document one by one, and then we will generate the PDF file and automation after that. So let's click on add Notion database. And now what we need to do is we need to copy the database title from here. So let me copy the title, and we need to simply click on select pages and then enter the database title over here. Okay. So this will show you all the databases used. You can choose the particular database and then you can click on allow access. But before that, I want to highlight one thing. Whenever you are adding a database, do not select the database from the top level pages that you see over here. Doing this, the database may not be correctly added onto your setup screen and your experience will not be smooth. So always enter the database inside the search pages in order to add the database. As well as along with this, if your database is connected with other databases through relation properties, so let's say my contract extension form is connected with database A and database B through relation properties, I also need to add database A and database B over here inside search pages. Until and unless you do not add all the databases connected with each other, you will not be able to see the PDF file with the relation roller values coming out of it. So in order to see the relation and roller properties, you also need to add all the related databases that are being used. Having considered all of this, let's click on allow access, and I have given access to the contract extension form which I'll be using for the automation process. Let's wait for a few seconds as it is going to load the database over here, and then we will understand the rest of the automation process. So if you click on the drop down, you will be able to see the contract extension form. If it is not appearing, simply refresh your page once or twice or simply reload the database and it will definitely appear over here, which can be used for the automation process. So it is still not yet appearing. So let me reload the database once again. And now we will be able to see the database very soon. It takes a while to load the database and now you can see the contract extension form appearing. Click on this and you will be able to see all the properties of the database that is appearing over here one below the other. Okay. So every property of this particular database is appearing inside this section which we can map onto the document. Key thing to understand here is that you already have these two additional columns created, one by the generate PDF and one by PDF file. If you set any record as ready to generate, the PDF file will be created for those specific records and it will be stored right inside this Notion database. Okay, so make sure to mark the records as ready to generate, whichever you want to create as PDF file. Alongside this, you also can define the PDF file name. So I can select any column from this particular database through which I want to create a PDF file. So let's say I want to choose this contract detail. So I will just select this contract details column and my PDF created will be stored as per the contract detail value that we have in the database. Okay. So we have set up everything. Now we need to add the document. So click on add Google document. If you already have a contract extension document available on your drive, click on select existing document and that will allow you to choose any existing document which you might have on your drive. Okay, I do not have any document available. I will simply click on add demo document and it will create me a demo document with all the properties already mapped. Okay, so I have a demo document created right over here, and let me remove this text on the top which I do not need. So let me remove this part. Now I can see all the placeholders of the database automatically added inside the document one after the other. So anything that you see inside double curly brackets which are being put over here will be replaced with the values from the database one by one, and it will be generated. As an example, the original contract details will be replaced with the values from original contract detail over here. Similarly, the reason for extension will be replaced from here, and so on for all the fields. So whenever you will create the PDF file, all these properties that are mapped will be replaced with the values from the database, and it will be created. If you want to create any mapping from the database properties at the bottom, simply click on copy on any property, go to the document and use Control V or Command V. Okay, so you can use Control V or Command V on a keyboard, and it will copy and paste the property onto the document. Okay, let's say I want to copy the contract details. Click on that and put it anywhere on the document, and the property mapping will be done automatically on the document. So my mappings are already done onto the document. I do not need to map it any further. Everything is already intact. Let's click on download PDF, and now my PDF will be downloaded directly inside the Notion database. It will also be saved to the downloads folder, which we can view later on. So the first file is already out, and now you can click on this PDF file, and it will showcase the document for a use case. So you can see all the properties already mapped onto the document over here, and the second file is also out. Let me click open this, and both the documents have been created side by side with all the properties automatically mapped. Okay, this is how the automation functions. And if you click on setup Notion automation, this eliminates the need to use PDF output ever again to create PDF. This means whenever a new response gets created over here and the user clicks on submit and a new response comes up over here, you can simply click on ready to generate and the document will be created right over here. This makes the process completely error free, as you simply need to add records and set the records as ready to generate, and the PDF will directly be stored over here inside the database. Thus, if you set up the Notion automation, it works 24/7, 365 days, and it will keep on generating PDF right inside the database. You do not need to juggle between PDF output and the database to create PDF files. I hope this explanation was clear to you. If you still have questions, I'm available at the chat bubble. Send me a message. I'll be able to take up any issues that you might be having. Or else you can use the contact button at the bottom of the page, wherein you can send me an email with your issues on this. I will also guide you through a free demo session. So you can click on book free demo, and I will give